Hello and welcome to Cherokee Speedway in Gaffney, South Carolina, as the Stars Dirt Late Model Circuit travels a little bit farther south to the state of South Carolina for the Spring Fling 80 rather. Wayne Fugit with Barry Boyd, Four Score Productions, bringing you coverage of the Stars, the Short Track Racing All-Stars. And Barry, first time to the Cherokee Speedway, and it's an impressive looking half-mile oval with high bank turns.
It is, with very long straights, Wayne. Probably some of the straights, longest straights that we'll see on the circuit. Of course, Stars, the most powerful stock cars in the world. And we have 6 positions locked in, as your best qualifier tonight was Ricky Weeks, David Moyer, Steve Francis, Mike Duvall, Steve Shaver, and Tim Hitt. And Ricky Weeks, local here, he runs this track. He's track champion, and of course he was only 0.25 of a second.
Right now we've got heat race number 1 onto the track. I think we've got 11 cars in this. Top 6 will go, and I think you've got the starting lineup.
Okay, starting lineup we'll have Rodney Combs as he returns to dirt, Wade Knowles, Pete Broughton, Ronnie Johnson, Mike Johnson, Billy Scott, Charlie Schwartz, Dan Brever, Larry Blankenship, Mary Bragdon, and Ray Dockery. Rodney Combs, of course a regular on the Busch circuit, will be in the 5C car here. Charlie Schwartz in the 1 car will start from the 7th position.
Don't know, not sure about the story on Schwartz. Said there, Charlie driving the 1 car. It's actually one of Steve Francis's. I think it's one of Steve's backup cars.
We don't know what happened to the Barker Motorsports car, but he is in a Steve Francis backup car. And we're underway. They battle between 1 and 2. A lot of shuffling.
Car gets sideways near the back of the pack. They get it lined down as they turn into 3 and 4.
And Wade Knowles jumps out to a lead. Wade Knowles with Rodney Combs. And I believe that's Ronnie Johnson in pursuit. The Ronnie Johnson car, I think, is the 5 car right up behind him. Then the 5C, Rodney Combs. A little bit dusty here. Hard to pick them up. Of course, they're really clipping the laps off too, Wayne. Wade Knowles with a comfortable lead. Ronnie Johnson runs 2nd.
I think Johnson may be gaining on him, Barry. Now Knowles stretches it down the straightaway. Caution comes out. We've got a couple of cars here on the front straightaway, as it was hard to pick them up there in the dust. 32 car.
The 32 car, that's the car of Larry Blankenship. And
the other car has...
Can you see the other one?
The other one's turned away from us.
It's the 98 car pulled up. So it was evidently the other car involved. The 98 car is Pete Broughton.
Blankenship sits against the inside wall in the upper part of the front straightaway. We've got another car there.
Well, that's Charlie Schwartz car, so he was involved. A lot of sheet metal.
Currently in 3rd. Flagman's not going to give him the green this time by.
So we'll give you the lineup as we have it this time around.
Second heat, Stars, second heat, Stars.
It is Wade Knowles, Ronnie Johnson. Then we have the 2J car. And the Billy Scott
Still not ready to go green as some confusion right now as to the lineup.
I'm pretty sure it's Knowles, Johnson, Ronnie Johnson. That's Ronnie Johnson. Then the 2J of Mike Johnson. I think those three are in order. Now here's where the problem is. Okay, the 1B of Dan Brever is moved up, as is Barry Bragdon.
All three of those cars involved in that accident, Swartz, the 98 car and the 32 car as well, have returned back to the track. Still in the front straightaway.
Heavy damage to, sheet metal damage to those cars.
All right, we talked a little bit about the long straightaways here at Cherokee Speedway. It's the longest straightaways I've seen on a dirt track, I do believe. I mean, it's a different vantage point from where we're at, but they do seem to be awfully long and real tight turns when they get to the end of them.
Things happen quick here too. You've got long straights, and we noticed earlier here that between 1 and 2, seems as if the light's out, Wayne. You get a better bite coming out high out of 2. As Knowles starts them down the back straight, Ronnie Johnson looks low on him. Knowles is going to hold him off. Ronnie Johnson running second. Yeah, Mike Johnson. Battle there for that 4th spot. Battle down the back straight.
Contact now. One of the cars gets sideways. I think he's going to keep it under control.
The car that got sideways down between 3 and 4 was the 0 car of Billy Scott. Now we've got a car pulled up on the back straight. Still it's Wade Knowles, Ronnie Johnson.
Caution is out as 2J car, Mike Johnson, I believe, who was running 3rd at the time, has slowed, and
I think Dan Brever.
Now there's still not a lot of room to come down off those turns. Racing Groove is up near the top of the racetrack.
We've got 8 cars remaining in this heat. And Wade Knowles starts. Ronnie Johnson looks low again on him. And Knowles holds him off down the front straight. Brever runs 3rd. And Barry Bragdon solidly in that 4th spot. And we've got a car spinning. That's the Blankenship, I believe. That'll bring another caution. Being down here between 3 and 4.
I don't think they'll be ready to go because
now they don't have
officials still working get the 32 car.
Yeah, the Blankenship car. They're hooked on to it. Rodney Combs started on the pole here, and now he finds himself at the rear of the field. His return to dirt here in the 5C car. Lance, the sponsor on that car.
Well, we saw Rodney run last year.
We saw him up at Pennsboro, didn't we?
Dirt Track World Championships, and he was driving a
Dunn Benson Ford.
Absolutely. He had his problems there. Of course, I understand that he hadn't been on dirt in a long time, and as far as we know, this is his first time since that Pennsboro race last October that he's been inside the late model.
Okay, lineup should be correct. Well, let's make sure here because we have an official out. He's going to stop them, put them in line. He waves Knowles through, then Ronnie Johnson, Dan Brever, Barry Bragdon, and
Lineup up is in good shape.
It was in the 0 car of Billy Scott. Rodney Combs making a move. He's looking for a transfer spot. We're back to green. Knowles and Johnson just pulling away from the field. Dan Brever, solid third. Races out of Florida. Mary Bragdon from Wheelersburg running fourth.
Charlie Swartz with a crash on the back straightaway and into the infield wall going into 3. And he did take a ride going down the back straightaway.
Charlie Swartz over in turn 3 taking a wild ride down that back straightaway.
Well, that probably will finish him for the evening.
Swartz came in contact with one of the other cars as they came out of turn number 2.
Well, we're down to 7 cars left here, Wayne, and 6 will transfer from this heat. Again, Knowles brings them by. Ronnie Johnson, Dan Brever, Mary Bragdon. Billy Scott. Then we have the 98 car of Pete Brock and Rodney Combs has moved up. Tyrone, Georgia, your leader, Ronnie Johnson, the Chattanooga Flash, running second. And no starts down the back straight. Charlie Schwartz took a wild ride down the back straight. We got a battle now. Dan Brever is right there. Brever, Barry Bragdon. Rodney Combs closes up. They're all looking for that most important 6th spot. A real battle for it right now between Combs and the 98 car, Pete Brock.
I think we're getting ready to see a battle up front as Johnson's closing up a little bit more.
Rodney Combs has taken that 6th spot away as white flag shown to Wade Knowles. Ronnie Johnson runs second. Dan Brever, Barry Bragdon, Billy Scott. And we have the 5 car, and there's a move for a position. That's Rodney Combs. So Combs is going to move up to maybe the 5th spot if he can hold him off here. Rodney Combs will finish 5th.
That's your top 6 for the first heat. Knowles, Johnson.
Knowles your winner. Johnson.
Bragdon,
Then we had
Combs, and Scott. That'll be the 6th we take out.
Scott with
Speedway stars late model action. Heat race number 2 on the track.
Spring Fling 80 here from Gaffney. Starting on the pole will be the 24 car of Rick Eckert. To the outside, the 01 of Jack Pennington. The 70 car of Jeff Smith. Of course, Jeff, the son of Freddie Smith. The E1 of Mike Balzano. The 02 of Buckshot Miles. The 27 of Ray Tucker. 71R of Rod Conley. The 32 of Scott Hartley. The 00 of Ernest Seifel. The 25 of Mike Benedum. Of course, Mike Benedum leads in the points race for Rookie of the Year. And at the end of the field will be the 16 of Randy Woodward.
I think they get the green this time by, Barry.
Light is off and we're underway. Eckert down low. And he's going to get in line going down the back straight. And awfully hard to pass between 1 and 2. Down on the low side. As they come by the flag stand. First time around. See the 01 car of Jack Pennington. Eckert really battling up front. Mike Balzano runs third. It looks as if it's Jeff Smith in that fourth spot. Your leader is Pennington. And he's pulling away from the field.
Just a long train around the track right now. Really not any battles anywhere.
It's Pennington, Eckert, Balzano, Smith. Top 4 cars. We have somewhat of a battle shaping up. Well, no, it looks as if we may have one there for 5th, but that's what we have is, as you said, just a train. Stretches the lead. On Rick Eckert. Balzano a solid third. Jeff Smith hanging back there in 4th. Ray Tucker runs 5th. We haven't seen a lot of passing here. Tucker. And we got a car that's slow down the back straight. That's the 16 of Randy Woodward. As checker flag for Pennington. He'll win it. Rick Eckert runs second. Balzano third, Jeff Smith fourth. Tucker's in the U2. Buckshot Miles getting that final transfer spot. As Wayne, we didn't see. We're ready for the fast dash. Top 6 qualifiers. Starting on the pole will be the 68 car of Tim Hitt. On the outside, the 30 car of Steve Shaver. On the inside, second row, the Flintstone Flyer, the F1 Mike Duvall. On the outside, the 15 of Stevie Francis from Ashland, Kentucky. And in the third row, the 92, David Moyer, who runs this track regularly. On the outside, the fast qualifier of the night, Ricky Weeks, who is the track champion here in the 1W. And Ricky Weeks was 0.2 of a second off the track record here in qualifying.
Weeks really looked fast. He had a car that I understand the motor went out, lost a motor on it earlier in the week or maybe last night. And
last night, I believe, Wayne, he got here just in time to race.
Actually didn't get to take any hot laps. His qualifying lap, the fastest qualifying lap, was the first lap that he took on the track today.
Who are we pulling for? Who wants to see Tim Hitt?
As
How about
Cars look good, lined up. Coming into 3.
I know all y'all like that.
Lights out. We should get a start here. Tim Hitt on the pole.
All right.
Steve Shaver to the outside. Down the front straight they come. Tim Hitt will lead them into turn 1. As all the cars get through 1 and 2, Tim Hitt to the front.
Duval had some problems there in 1 and 2 and nearly lost his position.
This time by it'll be Hitt and Shaver run second. Flintstone Flyer run third. That's Mike Duval. No changes up front. Last time. Still Tim Hitt, Steve Shaver, Mike Duval.
Car into the wall now.
I believe that's Duval. That was, and that's going to shuffle him back. As now, Stevie Francis battles him for that 4th spot.
Duval holds on to 4th. 2 laps to go.
Francis and Duval run side by side down the front straight. Duval's going to hold him off, but Tim Hitt checked out on Steve Shaver.
Tim Hitt taking this white flag.
White flag for Tim Hitt. Steve Shaver still running second. Battle shaping up towards the end of the field. As it's going to be Tim Hitt, Steve Shaver, then the 92 car of David Moyer.
Well, Duval had all kinds of bad luck even on the start there. He nearly lost it in 1 and 2. Had to check up. The cars behind him had to check up. I think the only thing that saved him. And then he got into the wall and still able to come away with a, what, 3rd place? 4th place.
It was Hitt, Shaver, Moyer, Duval in the Flintstone Flyer, then Stevie Francis, and let's see, Ricky Weeks.
Modified 4-dash.
Those cars will start in that order. As rain set in on Friday night and early Saturday morning, and very, very fortunate, Wayne Pugh along with Barry Boyd, very fortunate to be able to run here on this Saturday afternoon. We've got the B main and the 80 lap feature, and Barry, the cars are on the track for the B main.
Track's in beautiful condition, and starting on the point in the B main Conti will be the 98 of Pete Broughton, the outside the 32 of Scott Hartley. Row 2, the inside the 32L of Larry Blankenship. The outside the 71R of Rod Conley. 3rd row will be made up of the 1 car of Charlie Schwartz. Of course, he is in a Stevie Francis backup car. On the outside will be the 25 of Mike Benedum. The next row will be made up of the 2J of Mike Johnson, the 00 of Ernest Stifel, and the 5th row is Ray Dockery and Randy Woodward. The top 4 will advance to the feature 18R set. And we're looking for the final 4 cars for the Spring Fling 80. We're off. Scott Hartley and Larry Blankenship battle up front. Quickly, Schwartz gets up into the mix. Conley gets bumped down between 3 and 4 as they come by. Scott Hartley, your leader. Larry Blankenship runs 2nd. Charlie Schwartz runs 3rd. He's looking for that 2nd spot. He'll pick it up. Rod Conley running 4th. Of course, your top 4 will advance. Now Conley working off Blankenship. As Scott Hartley, the leader. Charlie Schwartz runs second. And we've still got a battle on back in the pack. Hartley out front, Schwartz, Blankenship, Conley, then the 25 car of Mike Benedum. Of course, Mike Benedum leads the point standing for Rookie of the Year. But the big battle up front right now, Scott Hartley. Schwartz just riding along in second at this point. As it's Hartley, Schwartz, Blankenship, Conley, and Mike Benedum makes a move for that fourth spot as they come out of four. Rod Conley's going to hang on. Benedum putting a lot of pressure on Conley now. He's getting pressure. And quite a bit of it from the 98 car of Pete Broughton.
Murray Conley's taking over third spot.
There's really a battle there for that fourth spot. Conley's running third now. Scott Hartley, the leader. Charlie Schwartz, they pulled away from the field. Rod Conley, then Larry Blankenship, Mike Benedum, and Pete Broughton. As Wayne, as far as this is concerned, Hartley and Schwartz have just pulled away from the rest of the cars.
All the other cars have been more or less jockeying for position back there and unable to catch up with those leaders.
And Rod Conley safely in third. Blankenship holds the fourth right now. Of course, fourth being the crucial spot. That is the transfer spot. Schwartz closing up on Hartley.
I think we got 2 laps this time by.
So it's
Something's happened to Schwartz.
Schwartz pulls up on the front straight, and he does have a problem. As caution still not out, Schwartz goes to the pit. White flag this time around for Scott Hartley. Running second, Rod Conley. Third place will be Blankenship. That fourth spot is Mike Benedum. And this time under to take the checkered flag is Scott Hartley. Then we have Rod Conley. Larry Blankenship will finish third, and the fourth transfer spot will go to Mike Benedum. So the field is set. Your winner, Scott Hartley. The main event, the Stars Spring Fling 80 from Cherokee Speedway here in Gaffney, South Carolina. Barry Boyd along with Wayne Fugit. We've had driver introduction. On the pole will be the 68 of Tim Hitt. The 30 on the outside of Steve Shaver. In the second row, on the inside will be David Moyer. The Flintstone Flyer, the F1 of Mike Duvall. In the third row, the 15 of Stevie Francis, the defending champion. On the outside, the 1W of Ricky Weeks. And row 4, the 66 of Wade Knowles. The outside, the 01 of Jack Pennington. Row 5 will be the 5 car of Ronnie Johnson starting 9. The 24 of Rick Eckert. The 1B of Dan Brewer. The E1 of Mike Balzano. Then we have the 77 of Barry Bragdon, the 70 of Jeff Smith, 5C of Rodney Combs in the Lance car, the 27 of Ray Tucker, the 0 car of Billy Scott, U2 of Buckshot Miles, and the pace car still coming around as In the rear, we'll have Larry Blankenship, Scott Hartley, and Charlie Schwartz has made the show. He's in the Barker Mobile Homes car. Wade Knowles, 25 Mike Benedum will be your last starter. Wade Knowles has dropped to the rear of the field because he had motor problems. Even though Wade was 7th fastest, he dropped to the end, and we've been given, I think, the one to go.
No,
Tim Hart will start them.
We've got a car on the back straightaway, Barry, that's going to have a push. Can't see. I think it's a 0 car.
The car on the back straight, the 0 car would be Billy Scott. Huge crowd on hand here, Wayne, for this Stars race.
Good looking crowd tonight. Cherokee Speedway, Gaffney, South Carolina. Our first trip down here, and tell you what, folks, not only impressed by the late models running on this track, every class you see down here is real competitive. So if you're in the area, don't take our word for it. You can stop by and see some excellent racing.
Some of the best drivers in the world, and of course, the Stars League, the most powerful stock cars in the world, as Rod Conley has also made the field. He'll be starting 22nd. Wade Knowles has dropped, as we said earlier, to the back of the field with motor problems, even though Wade was scheduled to start 7th.
Still see that smoke out of the Tyrone, Georgia drive.
Tightly bunched here.
I think we'll get a start this time by, Barry.
So Tim Hitt will start them with Steve Shaver.
No, we won't get it this time.
No, we don't get the start, Wayne. Tell them slow them down a little bit. As Charlie Schwartz here, he drove a backup car for one of Stevie Francis's cars, and he had problems with it. Now he's on the track in the Barker's Mobile Home, Barker's Motorsport #1.
With all the rain and the wind and everything, it just really dried it out. Rock did not get a chance to get out.
Beautiful track, long, straight.
Still got a problem, I think, with the, somebody may not be lined up right.
Turn back to the track. Good field of cars here.
And what a break that was for a minute. Be patient. Starting in the back, much way knows, don't think he's going to make but a few laps in that smoking 66 car. What can we do? I apologize for the
There is smoke from the 66 car of Wade Knowles. Of course, 10,000 to win here.
Looking for the green.
Tim Hitt starts them, and they race into turn 1. It's Hitt, Shaver. Cars really battle into turn 1. Tim Hitt takes them down the back straight. Steve Shaver right there. Duval is going to be fast. No, he holds off. The 92 car of David Moyer. So your top 5 cars right now: Tim Hitt, Steve Shaver. As they come by the Flintstone Flyer, Mike Duval. Then we have the 92 of David Moyer. And Ronnie Johnson runs 5th. We
Battle right now for third.
Here for third place. No, he's going to hold him off. depends on tire wear too, as they are really getting around the track here. Shaver battles for the lead. It's going to hold him off. Looking for that third spot, Moyer. And Moyer can't get around Duval in the Flintstone Flyer. So up front, it's still Tim Hitt, Steve Shaver. David Moyer, Ronnie Johnson. Your top 5 cars.
Battles up front right now.
Caution out. Caution thrown. That's Mike Benedum as he slowed coming out of turn 2. Of course, Mike Benedum, the leader in the rookie point standings.
Got some damage to the left rear of that car. I don't know if he's got a flat on it. Yeah, he's got a left rear gone down. Looks like he may have had contact with somebody.
So you're correct, Wayne. Left rear down.
Carolina. We will go green next time by.
Light is out.
Boy, Shaver really looking to get up on Tim Hitt.
Shaver looks low on him. It's going to hold him off down the front straight. He is all over him, Wayne. Shaver gets a little bit out of shape. The Flintstone Flyer, Mike Duval, closes up on him. And now here's a pass for third spot. Side by side. And David Moyer. Moyer pulling right up on Duval. It brings them around. Steve Shaver. Side by side racing between Mike Duval and David Moyer. And Moyer may have him down the back straight. David Moyer. They go into turn 3 and Moyer takes the spot. David Moyer picking up that third position. Moves Duval back to 4th. Pretty well spread out around the track now. Tim Hitt has led every lap. Steve Shaver right there in second. David Moyer has moved up to 3rd. We've got a crash down between 1 and 2. That looks like Blankenship. Straightens it up, but the caution is out as Blankenship got out of shape between turns 1 and 2 to bring out a caution. Rather than Blankenship, it was the 32 of Scott Hartley, as we have 2 blue and white number 32s on the. Stevie Francis up into the 5th position, I believe, Wayne.
But the young man out of West Virginia is showing what he's made of. He's your leader.
He gets a good jump on Shaver. And now Ronnie Johnson tries to work on Weeks. Got cars we've got a car pulled up down between 1 and 2. That's Hartley, I believe. 32 car. Your leader continues to be Tim Head. We've got some racing now into turns 3 and 4. Pennington clears Hartley. And now Shaver closes that gap a little bit on it. David Moyer holding on to third. Duval 4, Weeks is 5th, then Ronnie Johnson runs 6th. So it'll be some time before they get into lap traffic. Mike Benedum will be the first car they come up on.
Tim Hill went a little bit high that time.
Not a lot of shifting back in towards the rear of the pack. And Tim Hill really putting on a show here. Now Moyer gets a little bit out of shape as he closes on Shaver, but that cost him. Top 3 cars are pulling away. It is really setting a pace here.
Now we got a car going into the pit.
Can't see the number here for the dust. Did you see who that was? Wayne went to the pit. It's still Tim Hitt, Steve Shaver, David Moyer runs third. Now they're coming up on the car. Mike Benedum. Benedum has been shown the flag to lay over that the leaders are coming. Still running fourth is Mike Duval. Running fifth is Ronnie Johnson. No, I'm sorry, that's David Wheat. Running sixth is Ronnie Johnson. Now Shaver looks to make the pass. He's right up on him coming out of 4. And he's going to hold him off. Tim Hitt getting a real good fight out of turn 2. But closing in 3 and 4 is Shaver as he looks low on him again. Right up there on them is David Moyer. Side by side, they race down the front straight. As Ronnie Johnson looking to get around Benedum, one of the slower cars. We've got some bumping between 3 and 4 as they straighten the cars up. Continues to lead. Now Shaver getting a lot of pressure from Moyer. David Weeks runs 4th. Then we have David Duval in the Flintstone Flyer. Running 6th, Ronnie Johnson. like Balzano will get that position. It's hit, Shaver, David Moyer, David Weeks, Mike Duvall. Stevie Francis has moved up. Then we have Ronnie Johnson. They pulled away, and behind Ronnie Johnson is Pennington. Then we have Balzano. But those lead cars have really pulled out away from the second line of cars. Gaining on hit. He seems to gain somewhat between 1 and 2. But then hit powers him down the straight. David Moyer stays right there in the third spot. Weeks runs 4th. Dave Duvall runs 5th. Ronnie Johnson 6th. Seventh spot right now. Rodney Combs starts to move up through the field. Car's getting pretty well strung out now. Speed down the straights here at Cherokee. Tim Hitt has led every lap.
Got some racing going on right in front of Tim Hitt as well. See Rod Conley there, one of the cars, and I think that's Barry Bragdon in a battle right in front of the leader.
As they're coming up on some cars that will be going down a lap. That's Ray Tucker in the 27 car that Hitt will be working on, and he clears him as Tucker goes down a lap. Shaver gets through. Now they're coming up on Barry Bragdon and Rod Conley as they run side by side. Probably the next car to go down will be Conley on the inside, as they're holding the leader up just a little. They get single file now. As looking low on Rod Conley is your leader, Tim Hitt, and he's going to clear him. Steve Shaver clears him on the inside. The next car in front of Hitt is Barry Bragdon. Bragdon, Shaver, Moyer. David Weeks. Then we have Duvall.
Francis and Johnson in a battle there, I believe.
That's a battle for that 5th spot. They are really battling for that 5th spot. And there's lap cars between them and Hitt, Shaver, Moyer. We got a spin. That'll bring a caution, as it looks as if that may be Rod Conley.
Still got a car down there against the turn 4 wall.
Can't see it. Rod Conley spun coming out of 4. Here comes the car. Rodney Combs got through. That was Jack Pennington. The 01 car off Pennington. 37 remaining here in the Spring Fling 80 from Gaffney as Tim Hitt starts them down the back straight. Steve Shaver. David Moyer makes a look to the inside. Right there on him is Weeks. Then we have Mike Duvall. Ronnie Johnson trying to get underneath. Steve Francis won't make it work. And they really battle between 3 and 4. Tim Hitt, Steve Shaver, David Moyer. Then we have Weeks, Mike Duvall, the Flintstone Flyer. Really pushing them now is Stevie Francis. As Ronnie Johnson battles with Francis again in turn 2. Francis holds him off. Tim Hitt is simply pulling away now from Shaver. He's put about an 8-10 car length lead on him. And he's getting, Shaver's getting a lot of pressure from David Moyer. And quite a distance back to your 4th place car. That's Weeks running 4th. Real battle there for the 5th spot. And Duvall holds off Stevie Francis in the 15 car. Hitt brings them back into 3. And out of 4, Tim Hitt. Top 3 cars that separated themselves from Weeks somewhat. Now there's the pass as Ronnie Johnson gets around Stevie Francis. Something's wrong with Steve Francis's car, Wayne, as he pulled up in turn 4.
He's got a flat left rear.
So something has happened to the 15 car. Something broke on Stevie's car as he went into 2. That'll bring out a caution.
Left rear's gone flat on
Ricky Weeks. A good run here tonight. And he was fast qualifier. I think he was maybe 4:10 off the track record.
We're going back to green.
Tim Hitt from Weston, West Virginia starts them down the back straight. Steve Shaver, 2nd. Dave Moyer, Ricky Weeks. There's a pass for 4th as Ronnie Johnson. He can't clear him. He'll get back in line. Ronnie Johnson running 5th. Mike Duvall runs 6th. Schwartz looks on Combs. Real battle right there. Schwartz will clear Combs. They battle and run side by side. Rodney will hold him off.
Now Johnson trying to make another bid.
He just can't get that bike coming out of 2 as Ricky Weeks again holds him off. Real battle shaping up Combs, and Charlie Schwartz. Jeff Smith right behind them. Try to run the top 10 down for you as it's Tim Hitt, Steve Shaver, David Moyer, Ricky Weeks, Ronnie Johnson, Mike Duvall, Rodney Combs, Charlie Schwartz, Jeff Smith. Those are the cars really up in the mix as Tim Hitt continues to hold that lead.
Once again, Schwartz tried to go around Combs, and
there's a real battle that's been for the last 5 laps between Rodney Combs and Charlie Schwartz. And now it's really tightening up at the front of the pack. As I believe Shaver may be closing in a little bit on Tim Hitt. Right there, David Moyer.
no doubt about it,
Caution
Shaver.
is on. Let's try to pick up what brought the caution out. As the car on the back straight there brought it out, Wayne, can you pick that number up?
Got enough time. It seemed like it takes Shaver probably 15, 20 laps to get his tires, his car into shape.
We've got 23 to go. Tim Hitt starts him down the back straight. Shaver closes on him. Gets a little bit out of shape. Moyer works on him. We've got the banging and Ronnie Johnson in the mix there. Johnson, now he's working on Weeks. Barker really battling with Combs, and he gets around him. As battles all the way around the track now.
Ronnie Johnson just cleared Weeks. I think something's wrong with Weeks. Yeah, he's
And
way
now
off
we
the
got
pace.
another one pulled up on the back straight. Is that Ronnie Johnson? I believe that was on the back
That's
straight.
Ricky Weeks.
Ricky Weeks. Okay, Ricky Weeks had run in the top 4 all evening. So Ricky has cut a tire down. Here from Cherokee Speedway in Gaffney, South Carolina, as Ricky Weeks, who had run up in the top 4 all evening, cut a tire and will go to the end of the field. So that will put Tim Hitt, Steve Shaver, David Moyer, Ronnie Johnson, Mike Duvall, and Charlie Schwartz, Rodney Combs, Jeff Smith. No, caution out.
Schwartz has got sideways here.
He's going to save it. It was under caution. The caution was out. Schwartz didn't bring the caution out. The caution was already flying. Nice save there down the front straight. Wayne, I think they just didn't like that start. No, we've got a car going into the pit. The real battle is from back in the field. We have seen Rodney Combs and Charlie Schwartz move through the field. Tim Hitt starts and down the back straight. David Moyer with a good jump. As Moyer checks a little bit between 3 and 4. Schwartz looking low on Ronnie Johnson. Moyer got a little bit out of shape, and Johnson will clear him. Ronnie Johnson moves into 3rd spot. What a battle down the front straight. And Schwartz now looking at David Moyer. tried to get a run on him. He's eyeing that 4th spot as they come out of 4. Again, Shaver, Johnson, Boyer, Schwartz, Combs, Jeff Smith closing up on Rodney Combs.
Got a little bit high that time through turn number 2.
Moyer gets real high into 2 and loses valuable time to the leaders. Currently in second spot in point standing.
Weeks just goes around Rod Conley with another lap car. He tries to get back up to the leaders.
Johnson had a look at Shaver there, but couldn't make it work down in 2, and Shaver pulled away. You got to really pick and choose your spots here. As Tim Head is just checking out right now. He's pulling away from Shaver. Johnson may be gaining on Steve Shaver for that 2nd spot. As Boyer and Schwartz battle for 4th. Schwartz tightens up on him. Looks awfully low, and he's going to clear him down the front straight. Your new 4th place car is Charlie Schwartz. Moyer pulls up on the back straight. So David Moyer has
Moyer's
pulled
going to
up
bring the caution out.
He's going to bring the caution.
And Moyer has a flat.
We're 70 laps down in a super race. Here from looking low on him. Rodney Combs in the 5th spot. Johnson looking on Shaver, can't make it work. Jeff Smith right up on Rodney Combs. For that, they're battling for 5th.
Charlie Schwartz looks under Johnson that time.
Johnson looks low, it doesn't work in 2. Rodney Combs closing up on Schwartz. Schwartz trying to look high around Johnson.
Tim Hitt's got 25 car lengths on the rest.
What
of the
a
field.
run by Rodney Combs as he tapped Schwartz from the back. And he may have him coming out of 4th.
Combs goes high 1 and 2, and I don't think he's going to be able to get Charlie.
Tim Head is just checking out right now. Shaver, Ronnie Johnson, Charlie Schwartz, Rodney Combs, lap to go. So they'll really turn them loose here as Tim Head is just checked out on the field.
Johnson trying to go around high.
And Schwartz gets through. Your new second place car is Charlie Schwartz. We're under caution. We've got a caution down between 3 and 4.
That's Shaver. Shaver had to check up there between 3 and 4. Ronnie Johnson got blocked behind him. I don't know if, I think Johnson may get his spot back. We'll go back to the last scored lap. And it'll be Tim Hitt, Johnson, and then Charlie Schwartz as Shaver going into the pits.
Yeah. So he's going to have problems with Combs, and Jeff Smith's coming.
We're getting ready to go back to green. About 4 laps.
Combs gets a good jump from that 4th spot, and Ronnie Johnson. Swinging through 1 and 2. Schwartz looks high on Ronnie Johnson. Nothing there. Hit pulling away from Ronnie Johnson. Schwartz right 3rd. Rodney Combs 4th. Trying to make a move on Rodney Combs.
White flag coming out this time by for Tim Hitt.
Tim Hitt, Ronnie Johnson, Charlie Schwartz, Rodney Combs, Jeff Smith has just... I think that's Weeks that got around him. Real battle there. It's going to be Hitt, Johnson, Schwartz. Battle at the line. Rodney Combs holds on for 4th. 5th will be Weeks. I think 6th place will go to Jeff Smith.
Ronnie second, Ronnie Johnson, a great run. They're trying to get the bud down the back straightaway. Charlie.
Well, Tim Hitt's tired.
Look at Tim Hitt down here. Congratulations, get on over here. And we got to say welcome to the outhouse to the pin house from out of the racetrack tonight in November to Victory Lane on the big high five. Tim, congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. I tell you, you know, Dream Racing engines, Rocket Gaffney, Franklin rear ends, Hoosier tires. You know, I tell you, all those people contributed a big amount to this racing, and you know, I really like to thank you very much.
You bet stars win, I believe, in your career. You just come on. I've been reading your name in the paper for the last couple of years. It's good to have you up here. Had a good qualifying run. You won the dash, and that put you up on the front row. And usually the outside front row, but you had the power on the inside to grab the lead on that first lap. And when you praying, did you see all those cars with the flat tires? Was you praying your right rear was going to hold up?
Yeah, I tell you, I was hoping so. I tell you, we were pretty free. We were pretty free in the corner, so I thought we could go a little bit further like this. So, yeah, I tell you, hey, this is a great racetrack. It was very well prepared this weekend with all the rain and stuff like that. So, you know, I tell you, those guys did a heck of a job.
You like going fast, I assume, and there ain't many places in the country you go much faster than you do right here, right?
Right, and right up against the wall.
You like it, and like I say, last November, you was a little too high against the wall and you went out of here, right?
Yeah, and then Mark kept saying to his this year, he said, now, I know you know, you've got to get up there in that wall. Don't be afraid of it.
And you're not. Congratulations, $10,000 stars winner. We'll see you back here for the Blue Gray in November. One more time, and nice to have a Mr. Tim here. See you here, back now.
You just heard the winner circle interview as Tim Hitt led the entire 80 laps of the Spring Fling 80. And Tim, the tires, as he said, held up well, Wayne, and of course he had to be holding his breath because we saw several cars pit with flat tires.
Tim really didn't lose a lot through the race. A lot of the cars that the tires didn't go flat on lost a lot of speed, and that enabled Tim Hitt to absolutely get out there in front of them and just stay out of reach from second, third, fourth place cars. So I think he was pulling away toward the end. So good tire selection there from Tim. He had done an excellent job of getting that car prepared for the track here this weekend.
As he held off Ronnie Johnson, I believe Charlie Schwartz was third, and Rodney Combs with a fourth, Ricky Weeks with the 5th place spot, and unofficially your 6th place winner or finisher was Jeff Smith, I think. Jeff Smith, of course, son of the legend Freddie Smith, and tremendous race. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Going to wrap up our coverage here from Cherokee Speedway in Gaffney, South Carolina. Want to send our thanks out to the Stars Racing Series. Also a big thanks to the promoter and all the folks that have been a big help for us here in putting this show on from Gaffney Speedway. Folks that take care of all the business here at Cherokee Speedway, rather. Couple of them especially helped to set the truck up and everything like that.
We enjoyed our trip down here.
Till next time, for Four Score Productions, Wayne Fugit, Barry Boyd, Lisa Stumbo. See you next time.